He argued with Joe Budden and he wasn't this loud.
That's exactly what he did on the Hard Part 6. He rapped about this nigga is taking his fake information. I told y'all this on Family Matters when I said, you digging for dirt, you should be digging for proof. I got pictures of the fucking little girl, all in the fucking video plastered on the wall. I'm fucking playing with this dumb nigga, and he's going for it. I'm the most lit nigga in the game. Y'all mad, and there's no skeletons in my closet. I'm not no fucking pedophile. Stop it. That's the only thing y'all niggas know that can fucking end my run is me being, and it doesn't exist. Stop the bullshit. But you, Mr. Lamar, you hit the girl because she's bigger than you. You put your hands on your girls. You've been engaged for years. You're not married yet. You living in New York. She's not. Let's talk real shit. All this 11-year-old daughter shit y'all talking about. And because he released it right after the Family Matters. It's a better record. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
We didn't say it was a better record. We said Family Matters is probably the best song in this whole shit.
It ain't no probably, nigga. It's the best record that's releasing this entire beef.
Oh man,
a lot of rappers feel that way though. A lot of rappers feel that Family Matters is the best record to come out of this beef.
Our heroes, right? A lot of the people that we look up to with the lyrics and stuff, they are having these reactions like, nah, Drake got it. Drake got it. Drake. So yeah, Not Like Us is such an unexpected bop that I feel like it automatically gets the it just, and it's the more recent one. But I do agree. I think that I might lean more towards Family Matters over Not Like Us.
Do you lean to Family Matters as the best record? In the words of the illustrious Maul?
It's the best song. But as far as we're talking this, because this is a battle. If we're talking battle-wise, it's Euphoria. Battle-wise.
Yeah,
and then it's Meet the Grams right after that. And then Family Matters. Because it's a battle. Now, if we're talking about
I'd put Family Matters over to Meet the Grams.
I think, is it because it's more listenable, or you think it digs deeper? You know what? I know you're not going to agree with this, but I have to include the creativity of the visuals. I have to. So oh man, but
now Drake was spitting. Drake was barring him down on Family Matters.
Yeah.
And then that third verse on Family Matters is just one of the coldest verses in hip hop history.
Yeah, it's so good, bro. Especially when it gets on that Michael Jackson Prince run. Oh my god.
This is the best battle I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
This
100%.
is the accumulation of my fandom in him. I feel I was alive for a lot of battles, and I'm a Street Wars kid. I used to go to the bootleggers. Shout out to the Africans on Fifth Avenue. I used to go to the bootleggers, and I used to go cop the Street Wars mixtapes, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. So I remember getting Volume 1 right before Takeover even comes out. Before Takeover comes out, I'm listening to the freestyles of them going back and forth with each other. I'm listening to Jadakiss and Styles P dissing Jay-Z on the Fiesta beat. You know what I mean? That's how they used to do it. They used to diss you on your own beat. And at that time, I was already rapping. I started rapping at 9 years old. That sounds crazy, but I was already rapping at 9 years old. So I'm like 11 when Takeover Ether comes out, and I'm watching it. And this is, for me, the pinnacle of life. I've never felt like that ever again after that, until now. Until 616, until Euphoria dropped, and 616 dropped like a few days after, and then Drake drops, and then Meet the Grams drops.
It was insane.
And then Not Like That drops, and then Drake drops The Heart.
Yeah, what an insane 3-day stretch or whatever.
And we got Like That like a few months ago, and then we got To React to J. Cole. As mid as it was, J. Cole did put his hat in the race for a little bit. We got to react to that.
Yeah,
we almost had the big three go at it. Almost.
Yeah.
I've waited my whole life for this.
Yeah,
and I hate takes like Maul's. I hate them because you're doing a disservice to everyone here. Listen, fine, be Team Drake, Think Family Matters is the best record. Let's stop telling me making meeting the grams and Not Like Us and Euphoria aren't top notch records. Because I'm gonna tell you, on the other side, I'm gonna tell you, Family Matters is a top record. Push Ups is a top record.
I agree with you. Like I've been saying this almost on every time we've recorded. I've never been this excited in hip hop for last decade or more, dude. Like it's been that influential and that impactful. It's been crazy. It's been insane. I agree. Because it's like you were joking with it. Maul's take, and I respect Maul, but his take, like many's, is that we gotta believe everything that Drake is saying, discredit everything that Kendrick is saying because Drake said to discredit it.
Yeah.
And only focus on the negative that Drake said about Kendrick, and therefore it discredits something like Meet the Grams, because it seems like a lot of people are discrediting Meet the Grams or trying to. It lets discredit all the pedophilia, and all of that stuff, all the underage stuff. Like discredit all of that. So it throws all the songs where he's talking about that out the window. So it leaves only Family Matters, and that's it. So that's number one. So Drake won. It doesn't make sense, and also it's going against the whole thing. It's a battle. So on battle level, did he hold up? Truth and lies, we have no idea. But does it hold up as a battle record? And yes, everything that Kendrick has put out has been top notch. You can't argue that.
I'll say that it does feel like a spin cycle, but it sounds like a spin cycle because we completely ignore everything else that was said that was valid. Like,
right?
Hey, are you a culture vulture within the culture? That is we can examine that. Like, hey, you kind of like made fun of Kendrick for wanting to free slaves, and then kind of made fun of Atlanta for being like known as a gay city. And then Kendrick comes back and he's like, "Do you know the history of Atlanta? Do you know how pivotal Atlanta was to getting slaves freed? Do you even know Black history in America? Are you cosplaying?" That's a legitimate hit. That's real.
Yes. And the thing is that that isn't being considered. You still hear me? You still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that is also not being considered is that everything that Kendrick is bringing up, everyone's saying, "Yo, where's the receipts though? Where's the receipts?" Okay.
There's YouTube videos all over.
All over. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Forget about Kendrick's receipts. Can you pull up some receipts that seem like that? Can you? Because I can. I could pull up receipts. I could pull up receipts of like underage sus stuff that he's done with girls.
I mean, there's a video that's going viral, the one where he's 22 and the girl is 17 and he's pressing up on her. And
she makes out with her.
She told him, "I'm 17."
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes, "I can't go to jail right now."
Yeah, and exactly. And then you're talking about the he brings up the Millie Bobby Brown situation, right? And no one else brought that up.
He was talking to her when she was a kid, 15, 16, in her DMs.
As well as Billie Eilish, right?
Yeah, 17.
So, all right. So we can pull that up as an audience. All right. It's recorded. It's there. Now, what about the whole hiding a daughter? Well, son, you was hiding a son.
Yeah, you've done it before.
What do we? So is it hard to believe? You Certified Lover Boy. The cover is multiple women in all different races, all pregnant. Okay, so like you've portrayed this already. You've done this already. You've hid your son. Don't act like we're not putting on things on repeat here. Okay, are you, do you have a team that is sketchy? Well, we already know that one of your mans has a case out,
The Baca
that
case.
the Baca case, which he already seems like a strange individual.
The forced prostitution case, yeah.
Yeah, so he has a case going on already. Yeah, it seems kind of suspect,
Yeah,
Drake.
but also on the other end,
And you got your
Kendrick
abs done.
Kendrick has never responded to the domestic abuse ever.
Right.
Hey, homie, did you hit your wife? We
No,
need to know. I don't
no.
care if you're with your wife. I also would like to know if Dave Free is the father of your children, but that's not important
So,
to your
so
character.
and the thing is that the things that I'm bringing up are things that we as an audience can pull up the records for. We can't pull up as far as I know, there's nothing that indicates outside of what Drake is saying that Kendrick has actually beaten on his wife. I'm not saying he didn't. All
There's
I'm saying
tabloid
is,
articles that exist, but that's about it. No reputable
well,
publications ever picked it up.
so all I'm saying is that for Drake and all the accusations being thrown on him, there's a long list, my guy. We can all see it. For Kendrick, the only thing you could really point out is that his girl follows Dave Free and not Kendrick. Yeah, obviously things are not right at home, and Kendrick needs to work on that. Yeah, that's what it seems like. All right,
But also,
but
that's such a weird angle for me. Like, whatever. It just feels weird. Like, oh, you not married? Are you gonna marry that girl? Do you want to marry him? Like, what?
yeah.
You care? Why you care?
Yeah, that whole like marriage thing, and because especially nowadays, like
But I
marriage
get
is
it.
something.
I get you trying
I
to poke a
I
little hole in him, but it's just like
yeah,
you ever see your kids in 6 months. Oh, okay, but you
but
don't know.
but that's the thing. It's like Drake is just saying, yeah, we fed you that false intel. That sounds like a narrative spin. A master manipulator would say something like that right after it's released, but show no receipts for that. That's kind of weird.
And then everybody
So
jumping out the window to defend him is weird, man. Like Maul defending him so adamantly. As soon as
yeah,
Euphoria came out, Gilly was like, corn on the cob. That was corn on the cob. And then what you call it? The Hard Part 6 came out. And Gilly again. Oh, it's over. It's over. The light skins are winning. It's over. And it's like, yo, Gilly, what is you talking about? Like, what?
it Yeah, I'll always go back to that Funkmaster Flex clip. Weird,
Yeah,
like
before
dudes in these
Euphoria,
radio stations.
I mean, before
Weird,
Family
like
Matter
all of
comes
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, even before Family Matter comes out, like it's just weird, bro. It's so weird. But if you look at the audience, at the people, at, we're disagreeing with all of them.
Yeah.
All of these guys that have some type of platform, we're disagreeing with all of them.
Hey, but check this
All of
out.
them.
Check this out. Drake might outlive this because Drake has done this before. Drake came into the game and he was the corny rapper. We used to make
Yeah,
fun of him. There
yeah,
was
the
memes
loser.
as
Yeah.
Drake is the type of dude to da da da. And then it'd be like Drake is the type of dude to like sleep with his socks on. Drake is the type of dude to like real crazy. That Drake is the type of dude to cuddle with the blanket. Drake is, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Those was not that clever, but
So
there was a
you
bunch
remember
of them.
you remember soft like baby thighs?
Like,
Like
no, but that was him, right? A lot of dudes would be like, "Oh,
yeah,
Drake, my favorite female rapper." I used to say that Drake, my favorite female rapper. Like a
yeah,
lot of people used to
yeah,
say things like that. You know,
yeah.
DMX. That DMX clip is real. I hate the way he walk. I hate the
I
way he
hate
talk.
Drake.
I hate the.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was a bro. A lot of people thought he was just too soft to be a rapper. It just didn't work. You know,
yeah.
and he persevered and he changed the narrative. And then the ghostwriting thing came out, which I didn't think he was going to survive, but he did. He was able to survive because him and his industry connects just flipped it on us. They was like, oh, it don't matter as long as the song is good. The craft don't matter.
Yeah.
30
And
years
the,
of hip hop, 40 years of hip hop, spit in their face.
and the
Change the
thing is,
narrative.
also he changed the narrative with certain people in powerful spots. For example, DMX later has an interview where he comes around to liking Drake. and he says something that like Drake did for him, or Drake gave him a phone call and started talking to him and stuff like that. Like Eminem talks about how he did something for Haley, his daughter, and he doesn't mention what, but he said, "I'll never forget that." And I'll always have respect for him, stuff like that. He gets like a watch for another artist and stuff like that. So all these people who are in powerful spots, what Drake did, which was so smart, is he won them over on a personal level.
You buy influence.
So now publicly, yeah, he bought influence. Publicly, they're gonna be like, we love Drake. And that also changes public narrative too. Drake has been doing this for a minute, bro.
You could tap into the tastemakers and the gatekeepers. You keep controlling the narrative. Yeah.
Yes.
The problem is, though, this is the first time he went up against a person who's just as big as he is. I know people like to say that he's not, but he is. He might not be as.
You want to keep the screen on, by the way, or no, I don't know.
Yeah, sure. You don't.
Oh no, it's fine. I didn't know if you were going back to this or not.
We're talking about somebody who is it wasn't, who's just as big. He might not have as many hits, but you know what Drake don't got? Drake don't got a Pulitzer Prize. And if we look at Grammys, I'm almost positive Kendrick got more Grammys than Drake.
He absolutely does.
And that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Yeah, just as his commercial success is irrelevent. Because a lot of your commercial success is contingent on the marketing machine behind you. And if you Lucian's little cash cow, you're gonna have successful records. It's not hard. This isn't calculus.
And Lucian is UMG, right? Universal Music Group.
Yeah, he's the CEO of Universal Music Group. Yeah. Lucian Grange.
Yeah.
So Lucian Grange, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
One of those.
And listen, the thing is, like you said, the people aren't falling for it. On Academic's own channel, his own followers be voting, and it'd be like 80% Kendrick, 80% Kendrick, 80% Kendrick.
Yeah.
And you went against a guy who's just as big as you musically. Probably more respected than you.
Yeah.
Because his pen game has never been in question.
Yeah. His authenticity has never been in question.
About no horse in the race, but you a sucker for having been leaked for having ghostwriters, and then the legend that Baby Keem ghost wrote for him. You a sucker for that.
Yeah. When you know, there's at least half, or maybe majority of these diss tracks that we've gotten from him, 100% he's had other writers in that room. 100%.
We don't know that. But the fact that we don't know that is hard, because we know Kendrick wrote his disses.
That's exactly.
We know J. Cole, that whole might delete this later. We know J. Cole wrote that front to back.
Right.
We'll never know what Drake wrote.
That's the whole thing. Know what Drake wrote. So it's like, oh, Drake killed it. Did he really? I don't know. I don't know what to call it for Drake. I know what to call it for Kendrick. All of these things combined just
I'm gonna refer to it as Drake and his writers.
Yeah.
Drake and his writers is one of the best rappers in the game.
Yeah.
Drake and his writers.
Drake and friends.
Yeah.